Good evening, everyone. This is John, the Sea Monkey Dude, and today I want to talk about zombie sea monkeys. Sea monkeys coming back from the dead and crawling out of their graves and swimming through gnarly algae-covered tanks. Yeah, okay, something like that, right? All right, you guys see this yellow book right here? It's Fun to Raise Pet Sea Monkeys Official Sea Monkey Handbook. This was included in a lot of the sea monkey tanks in the 90s, maybe the late 80s too. Someone correct me if I'm wrong there. I know I got these books in the 90s. And when I was a kid, this was my Sea Monkey Bible, right? This is how I learned everything back then when I was a kid, because there was no internet, there was no YouTube, there were no online communities where I met all of you cool people that like to watch these videos and that like to share tips with me on Reddit and Instagram and Facebook and all of that. It was just this. I didn't know anyone else that had sea monkeys besides my sister. And she was reading this same book. This is where we learned everything. All right. And I love this book. The art, just the verbiage in here. Harold von Braunhut, the guy that, invented sea monkeys and wrote the book here, is a marketing genius, really. And I'm not going to read this whole book to you, but there's this section right here about how to bring your dead sea monkeys back to life. And I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but basically it says, if your colony dies out, which, hey, it happens, unfortunately, let it all evaporate. And that can take weeks or months, depending on the environment. But let all the water evaporate. You're going to have some salt crystals down at the bottom. Put more water in there, stir it up really good, and in a couple days, you're going to see baby sea monkeys swimming around. And that's basically because you've got, they call them second and third generation eggs, where they don't just need to get wet to reanimate, to hatch. They need to get wet twice, basically. They get wet, they dry, then they get wet again and they hatch. So it even says it right in here. You're not really bringing your sea monkeys back to life. You're hatching new ones, but your colony is being brought back to life, not the exact pets that died. And smart marketing, and I actually like that they explain the science behind it in here too, so kids aren't really thinking that they've got zombie sea monkeys that are back to life. Now, one thing that I've noticed too is a lot of these dormant eggs don't just hatch back to, or hatch once they're wet twice. Sometimes the tank just needs a really good stir, and some of those eggs will hatch after that. I've noticed that multiple times throughout the past couple of years with my own colonies. So if you've seen some of my other videos, you know that I took a whole lot of sea monkeys from existing colonies to repopulate this big colony. And look at these guys in here. They're doing fantastic. All right. This is my favorite sea monkey tank, but this video is not about these guys. So what I did was I actually took the sea monkeys from all of these tanks. Look at this. We got a bunch of them. All of these tanks. There's a bunch of them here. That's why, most of these are half full or not even full at all, because we took sea monkeys out of here and repopulate the big tank. Now, another thing I started too was I'm trying to grow a live algae culture, microalgae. That's what this picture is. It's not lemonade in there. Don't drink that. It's probably gross. And to do that, I took some starter algae from some of the tanks. Actually, not from some of the tanks, from one of the tanks. From this one in particular. This is my Magic Aquarium. This one had a whole lot of algae growing in it. So I took all the live sea monkeys out of all these tanks. Everything I could see. Babies and adults. I looked, really hard at there, made sure I got out everything I could that was alive and swimming. I looked back the next day to see if I missed any. They're all in there now, right? Now, this is like 2 weeks ago. And so this tank, again, the Magic Aquarium, we did all that. The water level was probably, down to here or so, probably around that second magnifier, because we, took water out with the pets that were in here. And then I took algae out and I scraped it up really good. And when I did that, I gave it a good stir. So I took algae out to put it in there to help that culture. And now guess what? After stirring this up really good, we got a bunch of babies in here. So I topped off the water, and hopefully we'll see them grow. Let's see if you can see them. Look down here at the bottom. Now, forgive me because I've got algae growing on the sides of the aquarium here, so it might be hard to see them. But I can see a bunch swimming at the bottom down there. Hopefully you guys can see that. Let's see if we get... There's some swimming there. They're really tiny, so it's hard to see. But we've probably got at least 24 baby sea monkeys in here. I didn't put more eggs in here. I didn't put more water purifier. I didn't even put sea monkey food, which we do know contains eggs. I didn't put anything in here besides topping off the water earlier today. How cool is that, right? Sea monkeys brought back to life. Zombie sea monkeys. So, yeah, of course, not really zombies, but these were dormant eggs that were sitting in here. This was a colony that was going for months. Months, literally months. You know, I took all the sea monkeys out, put them in that other big aquarium, let this thing sit, and all of a sudden, hey, we've got a bunch of babies in here. And I think it really is because I did give it a really good stir. You know, I scraped up some algae. I mean, obviously I left a lot of algae in here. Look at that, right? And, you know, that stirred it up. So I've looked in all these other tanks too, which I did not give a big stir. Oh my gosh. I didn't see any sea monkeys in the other tanks until right now. I just looked in this one and I saw a little baby swimming around. Huh. How funny is that? I was going to say I didn't see any in any of these other tanks until just now. Oh, see that right in the middle? It's going, yeah. Look, there's a baby in here too. Good thing I didn't dump that water, huh? Huh. I thought it was just this one, but we got a baby in here too. All right, I guess we should check the rest of these, huh? Well, I'll do it really quickly on camera and I'll take a deeper dive into this, no pun intended. And see if we got babies in the rest. I don't see any in here. I don't think. That one's empty. Don't see anything in there. Alright, so Magicquarium's got a whole bunch of babies. We've got one in Sea Monkeys on Mars. At least one. I don't know where he went. So maybe I should give this one a good stir. Maybe take an aqua leash in there, below the water around really good. You know, scrape some of the algae off the bottom and the sides and see if we get some more. So, really cool. So that's the story of zombie sea monkeys. Hope you all have a great night. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please make sure to like this video, comment below if you've got questions or want to tell me about your sea monkeys. I'd love to hear about them. And don't forget to subscribe and click that bell thing so that way when I post videos, you know about it right away. I usually post them at night because that's when my house is quiet and it's easier to record. And that's when I'm not working, right? So you might get a notification on your phone at midnight because I posted a video, but that's all right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great night. Say goodbye to these little zombies. Bye-bye.